Shalom, Akim. I'm going to give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushai, Hashem, Rakah, Kadash. Double honors to the elders of GMS for teaching real well. And salutation to all the Akim, all four occurs in earth, expression is truth, sincerity. Shalom, Akim. Just a little tad bit that came across on my YouTube timeline, and I was like, well, let me go ahead and do something about this, because our people, they're stuck in that Stockholm syndrome is on our people, and me myself, my dad is from Nigeria, so when I was younger, my dad would take me to different places and family and friends' house, fresh from the West Coast to America. So my mom was American, my dad is from Nigeria. So my American family, they were all into the holidays, so I could understand that. But I didn't really understand how my Nigerian side was head over heels over these damn holidays. And I'm like, do y'all celebrate them in Nigeria? What the hell? You just come here to visit. Why? I mean, to chill. Why are you inheriting the customs of these people, man? Like, they parties in ways, man. It's crazy. It's mind-boggling to me. But these are things that I used to question as a kid, man. And I never had the answer until now, man. Because, in its truth, when the Lord opens your eyes and you're able to break scriptures down, you're able to understand things, you see that it's a veil over our people, man. The Lord put that veil over our people, man. They want to party and bullshit all the time. When you look at the Caribbean, they have poverty all year round. But that one time of the year comes around, carnival time, everybody, fuck poverty, we just gonna dance it all out. Morning, noon, and night. Dance it out, And then when a day or two goes by, we go right back to hating your neighbor, trying to steal from your neighbor, banging your neighbor's wife, all sorts of just wickedness. Not saying it doesn't happen during carnival, but I'm just saying that it's a sense of happiness and everything. While everything else is falling apart, we just gonna continue in gloating happiness, man. One of the major tribes to come to mind like that is Benjamin, man. Benjamin loves the fucking party and bullshit. And, it's just, our people, they love to indulge in shit that the colonizers gave them, to celebrate and dance around with. And that's basically when you think about the carnival, slave masters said, give them one day and let them have fun. And then later on, once they got freed up, they changed it up. But yeah, man, the colonizers are in control of everything. And that's another thing too. I be telling these people, whether you're from the islands or the west coast of Africa, you're still paying taxes to Britain. Do your research. Jamaica is not a free island. It pays taxes to England. The Barbados, any one of those islands that claim Britain gave them independence, they still have to pay taxes. Nigeria, you still have to pay taxes to Britain. I was got into a conversation with somebody about this, and they were trying to tell me up and down, no, we don't. I'm like, all right, I'm not going to go back and forth with you. Do your research, But let me get into this. This says colonial troops surround a Pequot village along the Mystic River before sunrise. They blocked all exits, set homes on fire, and killed over 7,000 native men, women, and children. Who has a history of doing this, man? Who has blood all on their hands like this, man? Who has no remorse for the women and children, man? The next day, Governor John Winthrop documented this event as a victory and proclaimed a Thanksgiving. Oh, so this is where you get your name Thanksgiving from, man. It was nothing but a killing spree going on, man. 700 native men, women, and children. And this is another thing, man. We got to keep in mind, this is the enemy who's giving us these numbers, man. I don't trust these numbers. I never trust the numbers that we only killed so many. No, 9 times 10 is way more than that, man. This is the devil we're speaking about, man. He has a track record and history of doing wickedness upon earth, man. You have this punk Emperor King Leopold. He didn't want to kill him, but he was maiming the fuck out of them Africans over there, man. Cutting arms, limbs off, just because they couldn't bring him enough gold, man. That's how greedy in their heart is, man. It says it was not a holiday. It was an obliteration of families, culture, and an entire community, man. And this is where you get your Thanksgiving from, and our people want to celebrate it to the death of them, man. You know, and once again, like I tell you, my people from the West Coast, my dad is, and when they come here with the family and stuff like that, I see them, and every time you get on the phone with them around these times, they pour their hearts out about the holidays, man. You know, so they're under that Western guise, man. Micah 2 and 10, arise, ye, and depart, for this is not your rest. Because it is polluted, it shall destroy you, even with a short destruction, man. Just listening to a brother the other day, just listening to somebody on YouTube, and he said that, and he was just making a point that Esau has a history and has gets his dick hard off of hanging niggas from trees like Christmas ornaments. And what a coincidence, we got Christmas coming up, and a lot of you niggas is about to go out and get that tree and hang up your ornaments. So just think about that, man. Esau plays on you and thinks about you as that ornament hanging from a tree. This is not our rest, man. This is not our rest at all, man. You know? Whenever you, man, it's multiple stories of Gad training Esau how to survive here in America in his early days here in America. And all the time, Esau turns his back. He shows his ass, man. You know, he shows his ass. And our people catch the back end of the stick, man. You know? But why are you trusting him, man? You know? I was watching I was watching a movie, and it was breaking down how Esau was able to cope. Because you gotta remember, when you think about America, you know, Esau pushed from the East Coast to the West Coast. But he had to go through a lot of treacherous areas where Gad was waiting for him in different areas, whether it was swamps down in Florida or coming across those mountains, Rockies and stuff. You know, Gad was hiding out in different areas waiting for Esau, you know what I'm saying? So who helped Esau, man? You know, our own people turn on him, you know? Our own people, man. You know? This is Ecclesiastes 12 and 10. Never trust thy enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hadst wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust have not been altogether wiped away, man. So don't trust this enemy, man. The point I was making was, you know, that Gad, you know, tried to show Esau how to do his things. Some Edomites would get down, some wouldn't. So in return, Gad would be friends with Esau, and Esau would take Gad out on hunts to hunt down other Gadites, man. You can't make this up, man. You know? You can't make this up. They got it all through history, man. They had Esau had certain groups of Gadites that he would be bestie friends with because he knew that he could get them to go hunt down other Gads, man. You know, just part of the curses, man. You know, house divided, man. Not house divided, but just part of the curses, man. You know. This is Isaiah 5 and 20. Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil. They put darkness for light and light for darkness. They put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter, man. Woe unto them that are wise in their own eyes and prudent in their sight, man. You know, once again, you know, Esau called that good evil. I mean, he called good that was actually evil, man. In his heart, he thought that he was doing something good, man. You know.
Hey, Drew, can you bring that?
So I got interrupted. But like I was saying, Esau, you know, he has a thing for putting, you know, good for evil, man, and changing, trying to make him seem like the victim. Because when you think about it, in Esau's books and in his TV shows and cartoons or whatever, he plays these dudes as the pilgrims as saviors they were savages and stuff like that. These are the different names they call the Gadite that were here. The Gadite that showed them soap, water, how to hunt, cook, clean themselves. You know, it's multiple records of saying that Esau came off that boat stinking, man. You know, didn't know how to wash his ass. That was back then. You go all the way up until slavery time too, man. Esau had a problem with that soap and water, man. You know, the nations had to put the soap and water on them. From Gad to even to the Jacob when they came across, man, during the slavery times, man. You know. So yeah, this devil, he's a dirty liar, a dirty schemer. You know, a wicked, evil person, man. Um. Whoa, let me finish this Isaiah 5:21. Woe unto them that are wise in their own eyes and prudent in their own sight. Well, I will say this: the Lord put that spirit upon Esau to do what he did with that manifest destiny stuff, because, like I say, Esau started on the East Coast and spread to the West Coast, and he had a plan. He had something in his heart called that manifest. Am I pronouncing it right? Manifest destiny, and that was basically a battle cry for himself, saying like, yeah, this is our land. The Lord brought us here. We need this. We need to keep pushing, and that's what they did. They sent letters home to England for more family to come across the water, and that's what they did, man. You know. But the point was that they try to glorify these guys as the saviors of civilization, for as far as we know, you know. But that's more than that's one of the biggest lies, man. Because right here it says 700 men and women and children were killed. You know, what were you saving them from, man? You know. But at the end of the day, the Lord has seen all these things and knows what's going on here. Proverbs 11:21. Though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished, but the seed of the righteous shall be delivered, man. And so that's the name of the game, man. Payback and a Maybach, man. You know. Because Esau is going to get everything he's done to us, man, you know, minus those unrighteous things. You know, brother's been putting out videos about a week or two ago about butt breaking and all that stuff, man. We ain't going to do none of that in the kingdom to come, you know. It's all about righteous punishment upon our enemies, man, especially when they go off, man. But with that being said, I was just edifying. Shalom, Akim.